And then the other thing is that Treyarch and Activision actually had to come out and say, hey, we know we went a little overboard with the skins this time. We're actually going to ditch the over-the-top crossover skins to make it feel like it's a Black Ops game and not...
Right.
But look, here's the deal, right? Look.
What, you don't want to fight Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But look, here's the deal, right? Call of Duty is now less of a military shooter, and it's more of a yearly live service battle pass platform with guns. That's what it is, right?
Aggressively casual.
Welcome everybody to Aggressively Casual, Season 2, Episode 3. I'm FreeBird, as always. To my internet left, that's Cheeks. Say hi, Cheeks.
Hello.
Man, it's been it's been an interesting couple of weeks to be in this space. It's been an interesting couple of weeks to be hey, Mr. MGD. It's been an interesting couple of weeks to be in games media. It's been an interesting couple of weeks to be in movies and music media. It's an interesting time, man. It really, really is. But that being said, what the hell have you been playing lately,
You know, that's
my friend?
curse, right? May you live in interesting times. That's a curse. It's not meant to be like, you know.
Right?
God, what have I been playing? Holy balls, man. Let's see. Necess,
Maybe it's easier to ask what
PAX
you haven't
Day.
been playing.
Let's see. Necess, PAX Day, Dwarven Realms, Return of Reckoning, Return to Moria, a little bit of Dune. I glanced briefly at Destiny. We'll talk about that later. I did reinstall Enshrouded.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, the Cosmic Run. Godbreakers. The one game, the less we talk about it, the better.
Dispatch.
The Vice Theft. The
Vice
Dispatch.
Thief 80s nostalgia, your new favorite game, Cheeks.
Yeah, boy, tell you what, don't.
Look,
just don't.
All I'm saying is I'm working on the Gauntlet episode for that. You're not going to want to miss it. It's great.
Golf, you know what? Back in the day, I played a lot of golf. Now, my favorite, let's talk about this. My favorite ever PC golf game was an old DOS game called Leaderboard Golf.
Yes.
Because it was the first game that had talking announcers.
Yes.
But they only had like 4 things that they said.
Right.
Because, 320 mega RAM, right? And the funniest thing, the thing you got tired of the most was, looks like he hit the tree, Jim. It should have been a meme before memes were a thing. It was, my friends. Every time we do something in a game, it's be like, looks like he hit the tree, Jim.
Well, you know what? We're bringing that back. I'm sorry. That's fucking great. I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
That was like the thing he said the most often.
So let's see. You and I have been playing a lot of games together recently, obviously. Let's see. Necess, PAX Day, Return to Moria. I've done some World of Warcraft. I've done some Destiny, which, oh boy. I've done, let's see, Battlefield 6. I've done, oh god, I'm now blanking on all the games. I tested out.
I forgot about Battlefield.
I tested out RV there yet. Arc Raiders. You forgot about Arc Raiders. How the fuck did you forget about Arc Raiders?
I did forget about Arc Raiders. How the hell did I forget about Arc Raiders?
Let's see. What else?
I haven't played RV there yet. I was waiting until we got a chance to play that, I think will be tomorrow.
I got in to make sure that it was all good, because I heard with ultra wides are gonna have some problems. So I wanted to make sure that it just loaded and like whatever. I literally loaded.
You got a new video card.
I got a new video card. Thanks, AMD.
Because your AMD card shit the bed on you.
We'll talk about that at some point.
This is when Bellavere and I just have this. This is my shocked face look.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right. So let's get that story out of the way real quick, because that. So over the summer, a new computer happened, right? And I got an AMD CPU, so I went with an AMD graphics card this time around, because the 9070 XT at the time was literally like $250 cheaper than the 5080 or 5070 Ti. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. It ended up being, in the long run, not a very good idea because I noticed it have some issues a couple of weeks, I'd say about a month ago. And I noticed it having some weird driver issues. It would it would start crashing in the middle of like intense games. The video driver would just die. A bunch of weird stuff was just happening, right? I'm like, well, this is weird. So I rolled back drivers and it seemed to fix it for a while. Then
that was my intense gaming face.
Yeah, right. Then I got forced into a new update for it because of some game we were playing. It kept crashing, and the fix for it was in the new driver update, right? So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll give it a shot and see what happens. And lo and behold, a giant mess happened, and it would lock up my PC. The entirety of my PC would lock up, and it would literally crash my GPU to the point where it would disable it and uninstall my graphics card drivers. So like Windows was like, no, this thing's fucked. Like it needs to go, right? So I was like, oh, okay, that's a problem. So I contacted Asus, who made this card, right? And I was like, hey, like I'm having some issues with this card. I need some information. I need some help. Like what's going on? And they're like, oh, well, if you want to send it back to us, you can, but that's going to take a 2-month RMA window.
Right.
And so I called Micro Center, and I was like, hey, Micro Center, hi. So I bought this here, yada, yada. I didn't buy a warranty on it, because why would I buy a warranty on a graphics card? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. They come with a manufacturer.
They're either going to work or they're not.
Right, they're either going to work or they're not. This isn't a game of chance here. The only thing a warranty would cover is if like lightning struck my house and God forbid my PC got fried. Right? So and the thing is, I built this machine. I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. PC? God damn it, Cheeks.
Oh, we need the counter.
I'm going to count it. It won't count till we hit the gaming scene, but I counted it. You can't see it. So long story short, AMD cards, while you may save a little money in the short term, you definitely lose money in the long term. I added it to the counter.
Yeah, well, every card I bought since the AMD All-in Wonder TV Pro, a PCI slot card, not PCIe, not PCIX, PCI in the late 90s. Every time I have tried to move to an AMD card, this same shit has happened. I bring it home, I clean everything off, sometimes do a complete clean off to the system.
Yeah.
The AMD card just gives me nothing but problems. I end up taking it back, spending more money on the NVIDIA card I should have bought in the first place. With that being said, it seems like what it is, truly, is a quality control issue.
Yes.
Because when you get a good one, Nelstar, I see your comment.
Yeah.
They are nice. They are wonderful.
Absolutely.
They are great. When you don't, and when something and it could be because the tolerances on these cards are pretty slim. Right. So,
well, and the thing is
one tiny thing goes wrong in the manufacturing process that might not get caught in the Q&A process.
Right.
But when you start trying to use it on the regular, these things show up. I don't know. Well, I just know that every time I've tried this with an AMD card, I end up getting the NVIDIA card. So about 20 years ago, I just stopped trying.
Yeah. Well, and like, my thing is like, when I contacted AMD support a month ago and I said, hey, I'm having these problems, I gave them my logs and everything. They're like, oh, well, it seems like, again, they're like, oh, it's a driver problem. And I'm like, okay. So I was running drivers that were literally like from like May.
Right.
It was October. It's November now. Like what? It doesn't make any sense. Now, granted, I'm not a big fan of. This is
when we go to how do you properly support the customer? They really should have said we think this is a driver issue, but I tell you what, Send us the card back. We'll send you a new one. Or better, we'll send you a new one. Then you send us the card back.
Right. Well, it's like
we'll call it a day.
Well, it's like I'm not a big fan of what's going on with NVIDIA drivers lately, anyways. Either. So I'm like, well, fuck. Like, no matter. Yeah. Exactly. And yeah.
Well, sure.
So
the thing about
I
that
ended up
is a 2-month RMA window. Off. I'll just take it back, and because it's probably not gonna. This is gonna manifest within that window of even the 90-day return window to Micro Center. This sort of thing is gonna manifest.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, your card is probably fine.
Yeah. So to close the loop on this, I ended up contacting Asus and AMD. And they offered me an RMA to run through the RMA process. But basically, they were like, look, because you've had these issues and you've documented things so well, we're likely just going to send you out a replacement card. So eventually, I'll have a 9700 XT or a 9070 XT that I'm going to end up selling because I don't have any use for it at this point. But I'm like, right. I can't wait 2 months when my job, part of my job that we do, literally relies on that card.
You're right. I have to have the card that's working. Thank you.
Like I mean, in fairness, I could rip the 3080 out of my streaming rig and like shove it back in my gaming PC and run off like integrated on the streaming rig. But at that point, all these, it just
3080.
But it's just stupid. It's just stupid as a stupid does, it is what it is. But we are here to not talk about my woes. We are here to talk about the gaming industry woes.
To bitch about Bungie. No. I mean, yes, but no.
We do that every week. Look,
every time I will I would like to spend some time not complaining about Bungie. They do something stupid.
Right. Every time. It makes me laugh, man. But so here's the
you're like a teenager.
The biggest headline in gaming the past couple of weeks, besides Arc Raiders, we'll talk about Arc Raiders in a minute because I actually want to do a full bit on Arc Raiders because that game is insane. Is that Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed again to basically a year from now, November 19th, 2026. This is my shocked face.
Right.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's becoming Grand Theft Auto, or what do you like to call it, the Star Citizen of theft sims. God.
Look. Here's what I wrote down, right? And I want to read this because it's true, right? Needing more polish is fair. Taking 13 years to win mainline entries is absurd.
Well, right.
At this point,
sorry, I had something in my throat there.
Just a reminder, Elder Scrolls 6 is still light years away.
Exactly.
I swear to God, speaking of squirreling for a second, I swear to God, all they worked on was that damn trailer when they announced Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
They had to have at this point. But anyways.
Probably, Troy, you're probably not wrong.
The way that the industry treats GTA 6 like the fucking Messiah is a sign of how creatively risk-averse everything else in this industry has become.
Here's the funny thing is, too, at this point, it doesn't matter what they release. They could literally release the greatest game ever made.
Oh, yeah.
It won't matter.
No,
at this point, there's no way it can live up to the hype. Even if it's great.
We have reached Duke Nukem Forever levels of bullshit with GTA 6. We have reached that level. You know what I mean? We've reached that level of stupid.
Yeah, half of our audience probably doesn't because they're not old enough. But yeah,
fine. Fine. You want to? We have reached Starfield levels of stupid. We've reached Star Citizen levels of stupid with GTA 6. Just
Star
because
Citizen levels of stupid, exactly.
Right,
the only way it could be more stupid is if they were actually selling cars for GTA 6 already.
Right.
And not the funny thing is, I don't have a dog in this hunt. I don't care.
Right.
I don't want to play it. I don't care if I play it. I've kicked around some GTA games. They're not my thing.
My thing is like I'm going to play the game, right? I know I'm going to play the game. I don't give a fuck when I play it. It's like Cyberpunk. I just wanted the game to be good. And then it came out and it was kind of okay. I mean,
it was fine.
It was fine.
The original release was absolutely fine.
It's way better now. That game is now.
Much like No Man's Sky, which got overhyped.
Yeah.
But what was released, frankly, was good. But the problem is people they got the hype. They bought all the hype package.
Yep.
The hype package didn't deliver.
Right.
Surprise.
What?
What is the lesson here? Don't buy the hype.
Yeah, no.
Judge a game on what is, not what should be or what could be, but what is.
Or what was promised. That's my favorite one. My favorite one now, and this is becoming more and more of a thing, especially in the content creation space, is this. So we have the negative content creators, right? Who will hate a thing no matter what it is, right?
Right.
Then we have, people like you and me, the real people who talk to people like real people, right? But then there's the other side of the coin that's just as bad. The toxic positive people who are like, oh, well, just give it 6 months and this game will be amazing.
We call that copium.
All right, we call that copium around here.
Copium down.
Right? It just,
stop stirring the copium into your drink. Stop smoking the copium. Stop doing whatever you're doing with the copium.
Right. Well, so here's...
I see it a lot with PAX Day right now.
Oh, God. Well, look, don't get me wrong. I see so much potential in that game. The problem is the development team moves at the speed of a glacier.
But we can't talk about potential much. Potential is potential.
Right, exactly.
I don't disagree with you. But again, you have to judge it on what it is and what is there.
Exactly.
Not what might be there 5 years from now.
Well, and like I said, what's there is okay.
It's okay.
I quite enjoy the crafting. I quite enjoy
thin.
Yeah.
It's thin, but it's fine.
Again,
the problem with that game is they've marketed it as an MMO, and it's
not.
really not. It's a co-op survival game, crafting sim is what it is.
Yeah, okay, fair. I was going to say...
the servers can't handle an MMO scale load, for one thing.
Yeah, God, no.
No. It's not truly an MMO.
Right.
It's about as much of an MMO as Destiny is.
Right.
Well, that's not to say that those aren't good games. Don't misunderstand me. For a co-op shooter, it still is hard-pressed to get better than the moment-to-moment gameplay in Destiny. But it's not an MMO as what we would think of as an MMO.
Right.
So,
well, and here's the other thing is like we're talking about gaming, and right, and one of the biggest games of the year anticipated is Call of Duty Black Ops 7, right? Which drops technically tomorrow night, Friday, but you know how that goes, right? And it is a day one Game Pass game, which is great if you still have Game Pass. But like the thing of it is like the game hasn't even launched yet, and there's already a bunch of bullshit drama about the game. So
and I'm like, come on.
Well,
at least play it before you bitch.
No, there's one valid thing that got me a little annoyed, right? Because I was playing Black Ops 6, right? I was doing some zombies something or other a couple of months ago with Stu and Becky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this little sneaky button when you're in the game after they announce the price and the thing.
That's how Grandma died.
God damn it, Cheeks.
Count it.
There's this little sneaky little funnel. They wanted to funnel you into the pre-order of Black Ops 7 via this sneaky UI thing, and it was just it was dumb. It was really, really dumb. And then the other thing is that Treyarch and Activision actually had to come out and say, hey, we know we went a little overboard with the skins this time. We're actually going to ditch the over-the-top crossover skins to make it feel like it's a Black Ops game and not... But look, here's the deal, right? Look.
What, you don't want to fight Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But look, here's the deal, right? Call of Duty is now less of a military shooter, and it's more of a yearly live service battle pass platform with guns. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. And the fact that they had to reassure people like that want to play their game, that the people you're playing would look like they belong in the fucking game, and not like I'm a TikTok cosplayer, it says a lot. It says a lot about the state of Call of Duty.
It's Call of Duty's best impression of Fortnite. right?
Well, and that's the Stu mentioned that. Stu mentioned that to me the other day because I sent you and him that thing about the end game campaign thing at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And he went, wait a minute, hold on, wait.
Oh, come on.
What is this?
There's no cheaters in those games. What are you talking about?
He was like, what is this skill thing? Are we playing Fortnite now? Yes. Everyone is still trying to copy Fortnite because Fortnite is insanely popular.
Right.
But it just, my thing is like, yeah, okay, great. It's on Game Pass day one, cool. I'm gonna play it for the campaign, as long as the campaign isn't garbage. If the campaign is garbage, I will be on here telling you it's bad.
That's what we do
this weekend.
If a game is shite, we'll let you know
it's bad, because I remember the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. Well, I should say the second Modern Warfare 3 campaign. And oh my God, it was terrible.
I can't remember a good one since World War II.
Modern Warfare.
To be honest, yeah.
COD is just Madden for shooters now, says Nelstar. Yes, absolutely.
You're not wrong,
man.
You're not wrong.
Absolutely.
Here's your one more gun. Please give us another $60. Thank you.
Right. All right. Right. Well, and then the thing, like I said, every time these
this
rumors
year you
pop
can change your guns into 3 new colors. Please give us another $60. Thank you.
Right. Every time these rumors pop up that Activision's going to take a year off with Call of Duty, I'm like, please.
Right.
Like, let us miss something for fuck's sake.
Right. Well, that's just it. Absence makes the heart go fonder, and that's especially true in gaming.
Look at what they did with Assassin's Creed. Right. I actually really enjoyed playing Shadows. You want to know why? Because I didn't have a game shoved down my throat the year before.
Looks like he hit the tree, Jim.
All right. But now we have to talk about Arc Raiders.
You're not wrong now. Okay, so real briefly, I have a real easy metric for how do I judge if I got my money out of a game. $3 per hour. Why? Because that's what I used to play. Used to pay non-prime time to play EGA multiplayer BattleTech on the Genie Network.
Okay.
Yes, I'm old. So if the price of the game, and I get enough play out of the price of game to justify $3 an hour, then I have got my money's worth. With MMOs, that means on average I have to play an MMO 5 hours a month to get my money out of it.
Fair.
So on average, you usually get that. But yes, Arc Raiders.
Yeah. So,
an actually decent extraction shooter.
Right. Well, and by the way, no, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. But here's the other side of that coin is that MMOs, with what we're paying for the sub fee, especially with WoW, we're getting a really, really good product, especially now. You can't say that with some of these other live service games. Like you can't. So I understand. Oh, she's asleep. I understand.
It bores me. That's the thing.
Point there.
But yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you have to get a good game out of it, and a lot of times with the live service stuff, you just don't. In fact, let's be real. There is one live service shooter that did it, and it was Destiny. And they did it for a long time. But eventually, something's got to give. And here we are. But anyways, Arc
Destiny
Raiders
fell apart for a lot of reasons. But yeah, Arc Raiders is good. It would be great. It could be great. Good. It's really, really good. They made some changes recently that we'll see how that goes. Personally, I think we've hit this slide where it's just going to get more bloodthirsty.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, to be fair, I was on for 2 hours last night, and we ran into nothing but interesting groups of people when you're playing at 2 a.m. But it was a good time.
That's just it. Now play that same 2 hours in prime time.
Well, sure. But for those of you who have lived under a rock, right? Arc Raiders is a extraction shooter, third-person extraction shooter. It launched a couple of weeks ago. I think it was October 30th, I want to say. It's a $40 PvE extraction shooter. It's from Embark, which is actually made up. This particular part of Embark is made up of ex-Battlefield and Battlefront devs. It has sold 4 million copies, which is unheard of for a game like this, right? They put out a tweet yesterday or the day before that across all platforms it had hit 700,000 concurrent players, which is insane. I mean,
Right.
that doesn't that's I think I want to say like 400 and some thousand of those were on PC.
Right.
It's just nuts. And I mean, I know we hate roadmaps. Roadmaps are dumb.
Well, roadmaps are pointless. It's like, okay, this is what if you take the roadmap as this is what we plan to do, but your mileage may vary. Every item on this list is subject to change.
Sure.
Then sure.
They've given us a pretty
it's just more hype. It's all it is. It's all it is.
They've given us a pretty good roadmap. There's an event I think starting tomorrow to help unlock the new map, which is a really cool idea.
Right.
And a really cool way to do that. I like that. I actually want to jump into that and see what that's all about. And then the duo matchmaking thing was announced today. That's live in the game either today or tomorrow at the time of recording this. And what
they're talking about is they're going to, with the matchmaking, if you're just in a duo, they're going to try to prioritize matchmaking you with other duos as opposed to just throwing the one duo into a room full of full teams.
They also...
try to level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah. They also realized that the store prices were too high, and they're bringing them down. And if you bought something, they're refunding you.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that part I hadn't seen.
Yeah. That's super neat. Now on the they've announced a seasonal content update cycle going into 2026. Yay, whatever. That we'll see how that turns out because we've seen that before 1,000 times. On the flip side, because Eurogamer decided to give it a 2 out of 5 based on its use of AI-generated voice work.
The problem is Eurogamer didn't really follow the whole story. It's a case of half-assed journalism.
Yep. And then if you went and followed the Eurogamer article, and you read who actually wrote the article, the same person gave Concord a 3 out of 5.
Right,
or a 4
same
out of 5
person loved Concord, so there's no accounting for taste.
Right, but anyway,
basically the uproar is they used a large language model for their animations on their art. Whoop-de shit. And then some of the voice acting is TTS acting based on a model trained on voice actors who got paid for it.
Yep. But see, now here we talked about this with go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Point is they got paid.
Yeah,
they didn't use that as an excuse to not pay someone.
Right. We talked about this with Dyer earlier today offline, and it kind of stuck with me. Is that like the people who are crying about the AI thing, right? Especially, are constantly moving the goalposts as to what is or isn't acceptable.
What isn't acceptable is AI, and basically the upshot is if you put the letters AI anywhere, you're going to find that it's unacceptable.
Right, but on the flip side of that, I said this earlier, and it's very true. We've been using our AI as artificial intelligence for decades. We just called it something else, right?
Well, and we still haven't misnamed.
Well,
so,
true, but we're right. But everything needs a good marketing buzzword, right? But so what I mean by that is if you were in the 90s and the early 2000s, were writing a document in Microsoft Word and Clippy would pop up. Guess what? That was a language.
It was an early form.
That was an early form of AI. We've been using it for
what we would term AI.
And nobody had a problem then.
Oh, to be fair, we all had a problem with Clippy, just not the fact that it was AI.
It wasn't that problem. It was just he was fucking annoying.
Right. Because Clippy sucked.
Yeah, because Clippy was damn annoying. But what the point that I'm making remains the same no matter what, right? Is that we...
Right, you're not wrong now. And part of the problem, and we talked about this, is when it comes to AI, we're talking about economy of scale.
Right.
This is really what we're talking about. Because let's say that old Nailstar decides, I want to learn how to draw. I want to learn how to draw a picture. I don't know if you do or not, but let's say you don't, and so just go with me here. So he goes out, and everything you buy, if you go talk to a teacher, if you buy a book on how to draw, it's going to tell you, go study the artists that you like and copy what they do.
Yep.
Well, the large language model just does the same thing, just on a much larger magnitude.
Right.
Just a huge, whereas as a person, I can go out and maybe study, well, let's say, I'll give a great estimate and say I can look at 100 different drawings in a day and analyze those and pick something up. In that same time frame, the large language model can look at 1 million or more.
Yeah.
And I have yet, and honestly, and I would love to see it because I've looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. I want to see a piece of AI art that you can point definitively to and go, that right there, even if it's just that guy's leg came from that artist's drawing. And you can't find it.
Right. Right.
And I would love to find that. This right here came from a Ralph McQuarrie concept art. They pulled it directly. Yeah. But you can't find it.
No, because all it does is it's an amalgamation of whatever.
With that being said, there are IP issues that need to be worked out. There are property and copyright issues that need to be worked out. Yep. But AI is not going anywhere. Whether you like it, whether you don't, it's not going to go anywhere. Even when the quote AI bubble inevitably pops, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And part of this is the same damn argument we had about digital cameras.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's going to be the death of everything.
But right. Well, let's be real. The smartphone was the death of the digital camera.
Agreed. And they should cite their sources, and that's what I mean. There are issues that need to be worked out.
Yep.
But again, if I'm drawing a picture, I don't have to cite my sources. That's just it. Maybe we should. I don't know. Right. I mean,
Right.
But when I create a track, if I create a track that's inspired by something, I don't necessarily have to. Of course, with my stuff, I wear my influences on my sleeve, so it's very obvious where it comes from. But anyway, there's issues that have to. Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Listen, I prefer the Da Vinci penis to the Michelangelo penis. Well, this conversation took a weird turn.
That's what happens when you have Nelstar in your chat. I mean, I love you.
Anyway, there are issues that need to be worked out. Yeah. Yes, they used some quote AI to do some TTS recreations of lines, but all those actors got paid for training the model. Right, and there is at least one service out there for singers. Yeah. Where they can go and they can train a model on their voice, and then they get royalties every time somebody licenses that voice to get used.
It's the same
thing. They're calling it ethical AI.
It's the same thing that 11 Labs is doing with Michael Caine. Michael Caine just announced today that he is giving his voice likeness to 11 Labs, and then on the back end, James Earl Jones did it for Lucasfilm. Yeah. But look, there are a lot of lines that we have to talk about crossing here. There's a lot of things that have to be worked out. But at the same time, like we were having, again, you were right. We were having the same conversations about the digital camera and about music and about all this stuff a decade ago. It's just a new thing it's just a new wave of, new thing must be bad. If you really want
to concentrate on the evils of AI, you should probably concentrate on the environmental impact that it takes to cool the centers that do this.
Right.
The sheer amount of water that it takes to cool those data centers.
Well, look, The AI thing with the voice lines is not new. We saw it in New World, right? We saw it, whatever.
Boy.
But like Embark's whole, AI everywhere thing is a double-edged sword for them, right? Arc Raiders is basically becoming the poster child for what Embark and Nexon believe that their AI-assisted everything future can be, right? It's going to be the AI-trained voice actors who signed on to use the AI use contracts, right? Heavy procedural, AI language learning content model under the hood stuff, like that stuff, like procedurally generated stuff. You couldn't do that with a game dev engine, 10 years ago. You couldn't, not really. Not really.
Well, even look at
in the-
movies. The effects industry right now, the things that you can do now, utilizing, and I'm not talking about deep fakes and
Right.
stuff like that. I'm just talking about the pure special effects magic
Yeah.
that
Well, I
you
mean-
could not do,
Well,
not very long ago.
And on the flip side, players are in kind of an awkward spot because it's like the game is really good, and the pipeline behind it may accelerate the continued game industry job compression automation thing that everyone's losing their minds about. So it's one of those
Well,
weird...
that's going to happen, and
maybe,
those of us that are in that industry, it's time. It's once again time to adapt or die, and I say that as somebody who works in the industry.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, and it just I think that part is happening faster than anybody predicted it would. Now, look,
Maybe.
I work for a large entertainment corporation, right? I have heard this forever. I am not a stranger to understanding how businesses work. Even when people are like, well, this business is my friend. No.
Watch the headline tomorrow will be aggressively casual approves of AI. It's not what we said at all.
That's not what I said
That'll be
at
what
all.
people take from that.
Right? Yeah, that'll be the thing that's clipped on YouTube and shoved into some, Arc Raiders negativity compilation. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like,
Man, you could take my e-reader from my cold dead hand. I love it.
You're right. Oh yeah. I remember when e-readers started coming out when I was in college, and professors would ban them from their classrooms because they were thinking that they would, you could somehow steal the test answers from my computer with your e-reader.
Well, of course, employers are your friend. Are you happy, employee? Happiness is mandatory.
Right. Right.
To get that reference, you are an RPG geek and a half.
It's true.
I'm just gonna tell you. Also, great fucking game.
Hey, Oliver, welcome.
But yeah, with e-readers and things like that, some people want the book. They want the feel of the book.
Yeah.
The weight of the book, the smell of the book.
And some people just want to read the book.
I just want the words on the page.
All right, I just want to read the book. I don't care what form I read the book in. I just want to read the book.
But I understand that.
Well, and I want to own or be able to borrow what I am reading.
Right. There is
looking at you, Amazon.
Still, there is still something to be said to walking in an old library.
Yeah.
And that particular smell and things like that. But yeah. But yes, back to Arc Raiders. It's really good. The difference I could say the difference between Arc Raiders' use of assisted AI and New Worlds is Arc Raiders is actually good.
Yep.
Holy crap. Oh my.
What?
My husband was taken. Please rescue him. Thank you. I am so
concerned.
Worried. Woof.
Yep.
A 6-year-old could act better than that. Does.
Yep.
Drama llama. That's all I'm saying.
Does.
Drama llama.
That tracks.
Llama.
I mean, look who his grandfather is.
It's true. Well, I joked for years that the kid doesn't actually know what my real voice sounds. Well, that's true. We don't really need to worry about the New World AI anymore. Bye-bye.
Right. Well, but actually we do. Because it sets the wrong kind of precedent.
It sets a precedent is the problem.
Right?
Yeah,
it sets the wrong kind of precedent. Because look,
now New World keeps saying that they didn't, and I'm like, well, then I'm gonna need you to provide me some voice acting my IMDb's.
Right? Can I hit up IMDb and find out where these voice actors were? Because
I ain't finding it, and yeah. But yeah, Arc Raiders is really, really good. Let's face it. The only reason we haven't been playing it the last bit is we got tied up playing other things. Return to Moria, for example.
Well, and the thing of it is, with this event coming tomorrow, like I want to jump back in and see what that is. Like that.
Sure.
Like that's super interesting to me. Oh, and by the way, I want to talk real quickly about Dune Awakening. And I don't know, and looking around, I'm not the only person this has happened to, by the way, but every other instance I've seen this happening to, it's been on a public server, not a private server.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think that has fuck all to do with it.
I don't think it has.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with it either. But I'm just saying that is the difference that I have seen. I don't think there's a.
Well, that's because most of the people on private servers are like every other game, and they're just not talking.
Well, right. Correlation is not always causation, right?
Right. Correlation is not causation.
Right. But so here's what happened. On the 1st of November, right, I went in and put 10 days worth of power into my base, right? Because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to log into the game. We had a bunch of planned stream content. I had a bunch of editing to do,
made it call him
all
Patty,
this other
that
things,
sort of thing.
right? I had a bunch of stuff I had to do. I knew I wasn't going to be able to log back into the game until like the following weekend. So I wasn't, whatever.
That's interesting. Look at the chat.
Flew around your bases as both. Should I?
So
that,
building a new base fixed them both?
I guess. That's annoying as fuck. So long story short, I logged in and my base was like 85% gone. Half of my boxes were gone. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like my base was gone, like 85% gone. A bunch of my boxes were gone. All my crafting stuff was gone.
Bad, okay?
It was bad. It was real bad, okay?
His stuff got fucked up.
Like, thank God I had put my scout thopter in my vehicle backup thing. Otherwise, that would have been gone too. My assault thopter was gone. Like, it was a friggin' mess, and I was pissed because I'm like, I did my due diligence. I logged in. I put the time in, and I lost everything. All my backup gear gone. Hundreds of hours at that point worth of play, gear, work gone.
What the hell is wrong with this thing? Okay.
And this was literally like 2 days after you and Jeff and I had talked about, well, what are we going to do with the server? What do we want to do? And then we had also mentioned, they're going to do that base like backup tool thing. So if you want to take a break from the game, you can just, put the thing in the thing and use the backup tool and then save your.
Thanks, Mushroom Man.
Yeah. So I don't know. Show him the screenshot. I don't have it on this rig. Otherwise, I would. Yeah.
It was a mess.
I'll post it. I'll post it in the Discord.
What crap.
So long story short,
we
ended up relocating my base to see if it was a problem with the location. It doesn't. It seems like removing my base fixed the issue that I had with both of them. So I whatever. I'm gonna see.
The problem is it's only been a couple of days, so might want to give it a week.
I'm gonna give it a week, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna log in like Sunday in morning or something like that, and we'll see kind of where it's at and what we're thinking and kind of go.
And the problem was you could see it happen in the log. It's like it has power, and then things start getting destroyed, which shouldn't happen.
Right? I'm like,
power.
What do you mean it has power? What is happening?
And then it didn't have power. It was very strange.
Right.
And support has been unhelpful as of yet. I kind of hope that'll stop. That'll that they'll eventually get to your ticket.
Yeah, we hope. We hope that'll stop. Anyway,
that's the thing where I hope the private server thing doesn't come into where they're like, oh, well, that's a private server. We don't. It's like no. No.
Right.
But yeah, so
you wanted to talk about Destiny 2 and Bungie.
I do. So they released their new kind of what is it called? Call to Arms today. They're with supposed a catch-up mechanic for friends and people, and it's just
up a new Minecraft
the event.
Server for.
I was watching a couple of videos on this before I could jump into it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you released an event that's supposed to allow people to catch up, but what you don't tell them is that in order to get decent rewards out of the event, you should already be at 550 light, which defeats the purpose of
catching up."
Mechanic.
Well, this comes off of the backs of yesterday. The news coming out that Sony said that Bungie hasn't brought out as much money as it thought it would when it bought the developer, and Destiny 2 is basically falling off a cliff. Well, yeah. The CFO, during their financial call, the CFO said this, right? Regarding Destiny 2, partially due to the changes in the competitive environment, the level of sales and user engagement have not reached the expectations we had at the time of acquisition of Bungie. And he continued, while we continue to make improvements, we downwardly revised the business projection for the time being. In other words, for those of you who don't speak business PR talk, fuck.
In other words, we bought a thing, we far overpaid, and now we're regretting it. They're calling it a $204 million. Now that's on paper. It's really hard to judge what the true monetary thing is in the long term, because they paid $3.9 billion for Bungie. That was their first mistake.
Yep.
Bungie hasn't been worth that in some time. They wanted to buy the live service thing. I guess their hope was that Bungie would come in and teach them how to change all of their games miraculously over into live service games, and then they discovered, that is a lot of work.
Well, to be fair, that was the plan.
Right.
But then they
discovered that, this live service thing, that's a lot of work.
Right. That's why they bought Bungie, and that's why they bought the Concord developer, because they were going to give them a fully fledged print money live service system.
Right.
Because let's be real, Sony didn't buy Bungie. They bought the tech that Bungie has. Everything else is just gravy. The fact that they're making money on the games is just gravy. D&D bros, heyo. Like the fact that they're making money off of the game right now is just gravy for them.
Apparently they're not. They just took a $204 million loss.
But I'm talking any money. Money they're making.
But here's the thing:
is better than no money.
Of Sony, if you're hemorrhaging $200 million a year, you ain't gonna last long.
Oh yeah, no, no. Well, but the thing, like,
not Sony as a whole entity.
The really
Bungie.
Interesting thing is that this merger, right, when it happened, this acquisition, appeared at the time to be more gamer friendly, right, more consumer friendly than the Microsoft merger with both ZeniMax and Activision.
Right.
However, they've all proven to be huge fucking failures, because Sony can't take advantage of. Sony hasn't been able to take advantage of anything. Right.
And I don't know if that's
Microsoft has laid off
contractual issues that they're trying to wait out.
It's been years at this point. They can't have any contractual issues left.
That's not entirely true.
I know, but here's and then the other thing is, like, so the Sony hasn't been able to take advantage of the tech. Microsoft has had to lay off 8 bajillion people. It feels like, right?
No, Sony,
because they paid so much money.
Hasn't been years.
While they're losing a shit ton of money in Game Pass. Like one would hope, again, and you and I say this all the time, one would hope that these companies would learn some hard lessons. That being said, history tells us they will learn the wrong ones.
Well, they will learn the wrong ones. It's only been like 2 years. They got them in 2022, so 3 years. There actually could still be some contractual things.
Yeah, there could be some 5-year stuff out there.
That they're trying to wait out before they can really just assimilate, before they can Borg Bungie completely into Sony and it just ceases to exist as an entity.
Yeah, fair.
So because all this stuff, all these mergers and acquisitions, they are ultra complicated.
Oh yeah.
Which is why, because had it been me, if I'm buying Bungie and I'm paying $3.9 billion, no, I get to choose who stays, who goes, and when it happens. And the answer is every one of you in the C-suite, bye.
Gone. Bye. Yep.
Goodbye.
Well, and that's and
we wish you well in your future endeavors. And hit the road, Jack. But they didn't do that.
Right. And that's part of the problem. And it just, as much as I want to give and I will always want to see Bungie succeed, I don't think they know how anymore at this point.
No,
I genuinely
they don't.
I think that Bungie and BioWare share the same fate.
Right. Sure.
Right? I think that Bungie, right? But Bungie and BioWare made their name 20, 25 years ago, right?
Sure.
On games that, to me, are timeless. I still talk about them, right?
Right.
That being said, it's not it's not 25 years ago anymore.
This is literally the same story all over again. You know, I can remember the first big company that I can remember this happening to.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Sierra Entertainment.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Brought to you the King's Quest series.
Yep.
Quest for Glory.
Yep.
All of these classic RPGs, and then just died because they tried to do other things.
On
Origin.
On
all
the flip
these
side.
companies.
On the flip side, Valve had some really cool announcements today.
Well, could be cool anyway. We'll see how it actually pans out.
Well, from what the previews I've seen of the Steam, the VR heads of the frame, it's depending on now. They didn't announce price of any of this, so
sure.
that's a thing for me. But the fact that the new Steam, I'm going to call it the Steam machine, right? I don't know what they're calling it, but that's what I'm calling it, right? The new Steam machine.
What they're calling it.
Is that what they're calling it?
It's
okay.
the new Steam machine, yeah.
The fact that I'm going to be able to upgrade the storage on that if I want to with a full SSD,
sure.
right?
But why you put a 3080 in it?
It's not a 3080.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a 3080.
The stats I was reading today is the equivalent of a 3080.
Well, I mean, it's a teeny tiny rig, isn't it? Let me see. Hold on. I'm pull this up.
Call up the article, because that original article that you linked, there's a link to the Steam Machine thing, and it talks about it's got I sent you the quote. It's a 3080.
I thought you said 4060.
No.
Then why did you send me 4060 earlier?
Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I did. It's a 4060.
Yeah.
It's an AMD RDNA 3 GPU with a power roughly equivalent to a 4060 or an RX 7600.
But the thing of it is, though, is the 4060 is a great card.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
That's not bad. That's fine. But here's the thing. What is it going to cost me? Right?
Well, right.
And the other thing is,
it's going to be $1,000 box.
The other thing is, are they going to figure out a way for the games that the easy anti-cheat games, right?
Right.
Are they going to figure out a way to make those games run because you platform Arc Raiders on PC, it runs easy anti-cheat.
Yeah.
So, are you going to fix it so that those will run properly on these machines without me having to dual boot fucking Windows? Because look, I had a Steam Deck for a while. I loved it, but I had to put Windows on it to play half the games I wanted to play on it, and it sucked.
Building and releasing a singular Steam machine with the goal of being able to run all current games at 4K with upscaling.
I mean, that's fine by me, man. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I mean, the thing of it is, again, I'm perfectly fine with that. I would love to see what that thing can do. I cannot wait to get my hands on one. Again, as long as the price isn't insane, because I really wanted an Xbox Ally X, but not for $1,000.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry, that is stupid. For something I'm going to use
you can get
a handful of times.
Your storage choices are either 512 or 2 terabytes.
Well, right, but
nothing in between.
All right, but you can buy the 512 and put a full size SSD in there.
It seems like there'd be a 1 terabyte option.
Well,
although, why you put a 512 in anything these days?
To get you to buy it, because they're going to do the same thing they did with the 64 gig Steam Deck, right?
Right.
They're going to get you to buy it. They're going to tell you to upgrade it. But I mean, still, frame lock 60 FPS. 60 FPS on a television is fine. These are designed for televisions, right? It's designed to sit in your living room next to your Xbox.
I love how this says it has a slot space for a full-size NVMe drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's only an inch wide, you fucker.
Well, right,
it's
but
an inch wide, 3 inches long.
The Steam Deck uses those little 220 drives.
And believe me, I know what 3 inches look like. It's all I'm saying.
That being said, the frame looks really good. I wish it would have came like a year or two sooner.
It's a cube. It looks like the Lisa, for fuck's sake.
Hey, Cheeks.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Cheeks.
What?
I don't know how to tell you this. You just dated yourself.
Well, I've been doing this a while. Do you see all the gray here? You're responsible for a few of these, so shut up.
I am not. I am not.
Oh, yes, you are.
I might share a name with your grandson, but I am not your grandson.
4 Zen 4 CPU. Yeah, it might be all right. This article here that's talking about just the Steam Machine said I played Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K with Ultra and FSR set to performance, and it stayed nice and smooth. So
Valiver, be careful. Nintendo might sue them over the similarity to the GameCube.
Right? I'm sorry they've patented cubes.
I'm sorry. They made a cube-based console once. Nobody can ever make one again.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm looking up some information on this.
Yeah, you also made the what the fuck was that one? Nintendo.
The Virtual
the
Boy?
3D one.
The Virtual Boy.
The Virtual Boy. You also made the Virtual Boy, Nintendo.
You know what's really funny? They're actually bringing the Virtual Boy games back to Nintendo Switch Online, and you have to buy a $150 Virtual Boy accessory to play them. I about died laughing. I shit you not.
Nice.
I about died.
God, I could get an actual Virtual Boy for that.
I was gonna say I can go get an actual Virtual Boy with all the games that I never
name
came
him
with.
Pinocchio. Jesus. Oh God. I mean, whatever. It's like it's a cube. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. As cubes go, it's an attractive black cube.
It is.
Now if it opens up and the portal to hell opens and fucking Pinhead walks out, we're gonna have a problem. But yeah, we'll see. But again, like you say, it's all going to be about how much is this thing going to cost.
Well, and it's the same thing with the Steam Frame, because like the Steam Frame looks like a great VR headset spec wise. It's got 4K. I mean, it's got 2160 by 2160 per eye, pancake optics, 110-degree field of view, like 120 hertz refresh rate up to 144 hertz. The 60 hertz, 60 hertz wireless connection with the USB dongle that looks insane, by the way. I was watching somebody play it.
Here's my question about that. Is it going to require the same bullshit that the Quest does to where I have to have the PC wired to the network in order for the wireless headset to actually work?
I would assume no, but I mean, we won't know until people get them in their hands.
Because at that point, I'm like, we already have a Quest, so...
Well, right, that's my thing. I already have a Quest, so whatever. But at the same time... I already have a Quest
that I can't hook up to my PC because of that.
They haven't fixed that yet either, have they? Have you tried?
No, I need to try. I do need... since they've done a couple of updates, and I did see where they updated Steam Link, so I need to try it with the cable again.
Yeah.
I can tell you the wireless part still doesn't work because it wants you to be on the exact same network. But even though I'm too far away from my router for the Quest.
Okay.
So it's a weird thing. I've tried, I had an extension, but that didn't particularly work in this. I had it working on the Quest 2, but it doesn't seem to like the Quest 3.
Fair.
So, which sucks. But yeah, so because there's a bunch of VR games that I own, Steam VR games that I own, that I could play just fine on my original Rift and my first 2 Quests.
Yeah.
But the Quest 3, I can't get it to find the computer through the cable, even though it's supposed to. And then the wireless it'll find it, but it won't work because then it starts saying you have to be on the same network segment and all that sort of thing. And I'm like, ugh, whatever.
Right.
It's not worth the hassle.
No, yeah, it's definitely not worth the hassle at all.
As a matter of fact, the couple of the games that I really, really wanted to play, I just got on the Quest.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Ragnarok.
Right. Well, and don't get me wrong. Like, I can guarantee what this is gonna do is this is gonna push a Meta to go for more of those big name exclusives to keep you on their platform.
Sure.
Right. And because
by the way, okay.
It won't work, but they're gonna try. That's disappointing. But not unexpected, especially with Meta.
Right. But yeah, so also like I said, we have been playing Return to Moria. Excuse me, Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria is the proper title. Good, great game. If you like survival games, if you
Absolutely.
don't like survival games, you probably won't. I don't think there's. I don't unless you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and then you can then tolerate the survival game mechanics. That might work,
Fair.
But as a
Fair.
survival game, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty damn
With
good.
even if it was just generic dwarves in a mine, it would still be a good game. The mechanics are solid.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
There's new DLC dropping next week that adds outside areas and a bunch of NPCs that I'm really excited to see what they do there.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Me too.
which
But
is
yeah,
why we started playing it again.
Right. Yeah. Well, and just to kind of have a sense of what the game is like now, because the last time you and I played it was launch or around launch.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely a good time. If you're interested in watching that, I think we may end up doing that this weekend again as well.
Oh, I'm
Maybe.
sure.
Yeah. But we'll see how things go. Yeah, Starlight.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Oh. Okay. Did they actually do it? Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Sorry, I was looking at the news to see if I can get to go back to work soon.
All good.
It appears we're a step closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming. Um, oh yeah, we also played some stuff with Nelstar on his stream recently.
We did. We played Neverwinter, which
It
we're
played
going to do
Neverwinter,
again soon, I believe. Because
the old MMO,
yeah, that was a good
which
time.
is not as painful as the the Return of Reckoning one.
Oh God, that was a
God, it's painful.
oh, oh.
And I was like, I honestly was like, I do not remember it being this painful.
Oh yeah,
when
and
it first hit.
And that was my point. I was like, I don't remember this being this painful. I don't remember this being this bad. Like just a slog, man.
I don't remember it being this
Just
jank.
a slog. Well, to be
Neverwinter
fair,
has
part of that could be because it's a private server that they're still working some things out on for Return of Reckoning.
Well, right, yeah, absolutely. Neverwinter has some jank, but and that part of that's just time frame.
Yeah,
time it was released. You have to when you go back to a retro game. Retro, that's funny. It sounds much better than when you go back to an older game.
Right.
You're gonna have to expect a little jank as compared to modern games.
Absolutely.
Because you had to go through those steps to get to where we are. With that being said, if you release a brand new MMO in this day and age, and you still have that kind of jank, well, no.
Yeah, no. Well, no.
I do have some expectations for modern games that get released, and I'm always disappointed when they're not as smooth as I feel like they should be, because we just don't. Again, we don't seem to learn the lessons. They don't hold. And I realize that part of that is the way the industry works, because the team develops a game and then they just go away, and someone else maintains it.
Sure.
But if you're like
absolutely, man.
Because the gaming industry works. Very few studios, especially anymore, have teams that just stay there for years developing products, or even developing the same product. It's usually you have a team that develops a product, then you have a service team who takes over from them, that supports it and in theory provides new content, etc. But those guys that originally coded it aren't there anymore, and that knowledge gets lost when it goes out the door.
Right, exactly.
So
it is
institutional knowledge in the gaming industry seems to be few and far between.
Oh, absolutely. But
and then every time you go somewhere new, you got to spin up a new team, so you're more or less starting over anyway. So yeah, it's just one of those things.
To be fair, that's every company though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the industry as a whole. It's not. It's not a particular company now. It's the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. It's almost all contract labor that they stack up these huge teams, and that's when people are like, oh, these guys did layoffs. That's true, but did they do layoffs outside of what would be the normal cycle?
Right.
Because once you develop a game and that game releases, there is a downsizing of that team that happens. It's very unfortunate. Don't misunderstand me. It sucks. Yeah. But it's part of the way the industry has worked now for well over a decade. And they cut that size of that team to the maintenance size if it's the same team, or they just bring on a whole new maintenance.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get the final, this team can keep these servers running, but don't ask them to do anything other than maybe occasionally fix a bug.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't envy.
In peripheral gaming news, Fantasy Grounds went free this week.
Oh, shit.
Client is now free. They make their money. And now, if you don't know what Fantasy Grounds is, it's virtual tabletop tabletop role-playing games. For a very long time, you had to have at least one purchased copy, and then people could connect to that depending on which server maintenance, no updates. Right, looking at you, Red Dead Online. But now the client is totally free.
That's
as of this week.
I wonder if that's a way to combat Roll20.
I don't know, but they still make their money through their store and the add-ons.
Yeah, I'm pulling up their page now. I've been on their website for years. But yeah,
I have it. I still have it. I still have one of the bigger copies where you can connect 4 clients to.
Yeah, because it looks like if you have if you had the Fantasy Grounds license, you get a bunch of rewards from them and their partners. That's cool.
Oh, cool! I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll go check that out. But yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, I think I think the lesson that a lot of gamers can take away from this week, especially with the Arc Raiders stuff, to kind of put a pin in everything tonight, is just, and we've said this before, but I'm going to continue saying it till I'm blue in the face because apparently I have to. Form your own opinions. Don't let somebody on YouTube, even us, tell us, how you should think, how you should act, what you should say, this, that, the other thing. Right?
Right.
Form your own opinion. And if you don't like something, great. If you like something, great.
Right.
But form your own
You're right. You're allowed to not
opinion.
like it.
You're allowed to not like something. And you're allowed to not like the AI thing. That's fine. But don't take it to the extreme. And talk about what's factual, not what's made up right here.
Right.
Talk about things that are factual and truthful. We have so much information and bullshit swirling on the internet today. I beg you, I implore you to do a second of actual research.
Yeah, do your own. Don't ever. There's a thing in security, which is, these days, it used to be trust then verify. Now it's verify then trust.
Yep.
So if you see something, don't just take that one story. Don't even take our word for it. Go do your own research.
Right. Exactly.
And like it says, form your own opinion, have your own opinion, but understand why you have that opinion. Yep. Don't just, if you're like, oh, this is what I believe. Why? Because I decided this. Well, no. That's just not how that works.
Right.
Despite what some might have you believe.
Exactly. Exactly.
I would say also be willing and open to having your opinion changed.
Right.
If somebody presents facts and they present this and say, well, no, here's what really happened and here's how I can prove it. Well, then you kind of need to change your opinion, but you're allowed to, but it's an opinion. So you don't really have to. You can continue to maintain that dogged opinion if you want.
Sure.
But you're allowed to dislike a game, even if the whole world likes it. Lord knows that there's a few on my list that I do not like. And the whole world looks at me like, why the hell don't you like this game?
Right.
And then there's games that I like and people are like, what?
Yep.
Why do you like that? Because it fits my play style.
Yep. Exactly.
And typically Call of Duties are not really my bag. I play them. I mostly enjoy them when I play them for what they are, but it's not something that I'm going to jump in and go, oh, I want to play Call of Duty today. It's not going to happen very often,
Right.
especially with the modern ones. The World War II ones, probably, because I dig that. But other than that, but yeah, like a game, don't like a game. That's your thing.
Yeah.
And,
But again,
don't buy the hype.
Don't buy the hype. Form your own opinion, and don't listen to some to two idiots on YouTube who try to tell you what to do.
Right.
Oh wait, that's us. Hi. But
Except us. See, that's how that works, right?
Except us.
Don't listen to anyone else because we're telling you the truth.
Right.
Now I sound like a televangelist.
I mean, you're right now. Right. But look, guys, if you enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that follow button right down there. If you're on YouTube, the subscribe button right down there as well. If you enjoyed the show, we're press X to skip. If you didn't enjoy the show, we're press X to skip.
For the show, we're Nailstar. No. Right, and you have that. Obviously, we want you to enjoy the show, but if you don't, tell us why.
Yeah, honestly, hop in the Discord. Find us on social media. solo.to/pressxtoskip. pressxtoskip.com. Exclamation point Discord down in the chat. Come hang out with us. Come tell us what you like and what you don't like. Tell us what you're passionate about. Right, that's why we're here. Right, we can sit here and talk for an hour, but we're passionate about. But I want to know about what you're passionate about, what you enjoy, what you want to see more of, because we're here for you. We're not here for us. We're here for you. But guys,
as long as the subject doesn't need a safe word, we can talk about it.
And even then, God, no. This is not Press X to Skip After Dark chat. But anyways, guys, as always, we'll see you guys on this show in a couple of weeks. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow night for some RV There Yet. Cheeks and I got some keys from Keymailer, so thank you so much, Keymailer, for providing those to us. And we're going to have a damn good time, I think, playing that game together. It's going to be really stupid. But we love y'all. I'm FreeBird. That's Cheeks. I'm going to send you guys over to somebody here. Let's find somebody to send you all over to. I think Robbie was still live, and I'm sure he'd appreciate some extra community love from us. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah, Robbie's still up. Let's send
D&D Bros are up too. So
sending you guys over to Robbie because he was in here the other night. Sending you guys over to Robbie. Thank you guys so much for everything. Like I said, we love y'all. Thanks for the follows tonight, and we will talk to you as soon as we can.
Have a good one, folks.